The global United Nations climate change talks are now in their second week, and the last few days and ministers have gotten down to business, the task being to iron out any issues that will stand in the way of surviving under climate change. Zainab Bondati with an update from Poland.
The climate talks in Poland have now entered their 9th day, and ministers have finally had the chance to address their fellow ministers in a plenary session and present their country positions in terms of where they stand in terms of these climate negotiations. And Cabinet Secretary Keriako Tobiko had this to say about Kenya's stand.
For Kenya, like other developing countries, mitigation and adaptation are two sides of the same coin. It is not a question of either or. In this regard, access to new, additional, predictable, and adequate climate finance is critical for developing country parties to implement their priority adaptation and mitigation actions.
Following that statement, a number of civil society groups feel that the minister's statement lacked the proper language and the strong message in it to exactly say what Kenya has done in light of climate change to climate-proof itself, and to chest thump on the success it has had with geothermal and the laws on climate change, being the only country in Africa to have climate change laws. And they feel that the minister was taking a cautious move and was very careful not to step on toes at this meeting.
Wind power. We are actually the biggest wind power farm is in Kenya, the Turkana wind power farm. In solar, we are doing extremely well, and though we have problems in hydro because of climate change. These are things which we could have actually highlighted.
This meeting is expected to conclude either on Friday or Saturday, depending on what happens in the next few days. And the ministers are expected to have concluded any outstanding matters between now and then, so that by the time the meeting comes to an end, everyone goes home happy. Zainab Bondati, NTV, in Katowice, Poland.